Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. On May 20th, 2025, in a document that was just released today, the 21st of May, the defense filed a 40-page motion to continue the trial on various grounds, including the fact that there is still additional matters that need to be investigated. This is a Sixth Amendment privilege that the defense is raising, but unsurprisingly, a good part of this document, beginning on page 32, says a continuance is also necessary to investigate and remedy the prejudice of highly inflammatory publicity released just weeks before the current trial date, including the recent Dateline NBC Special and a forthcoming book. Here, defense argues that this case has garnered substantial public interest, and the court previously issued a non-dissemination order restricting the release of certain information to the public in order to preserve the integrity of the proceedings and safeguard Mr. Kohberger's right to a fair trial that is, ladies and gentlemen, guaranteed to Mr. Kohberger pursuant to the 14th Amendment, the Due Process Clause of the U.S. Constitution. This document states that on May 9th, 2025, just weeks before this capital trial is set to begin, Dateline NBC aired a 2-hour episode about this case entitled, quote, "The Terrible Night on King Road," end of quote. The program includes details and materials, including video footage, cell phone records, and photographs of documents that are not publicly available through official channels. The show repeatedly emphasizes the non-public nature of this information, stating it was obtained from unnamed sources who are close to the investigation, and that the materials were obtained exclusively by Dateline. Much of the quote, unquote, end of quote, investigative material presented by Dateline was taken out of context and will not be admissible at trial because it lacks reliability. The defense continues, the leaked materials appear carefully curated to promote a narrative of guilt. As this court acknowledged in its May 15th, 2025 document and records hold order, the source of the leak is most likely someone currently or formerly associated with law enforcement or the prosecution team. If that is the case, it raises urgent and serious questions about the objectivity, judgment, and credibility of the individuals tasked with investigating and presenting the state's evidence, particularly those who may be called as witnesses, the identity of those involved, their motives, and any efforts to conceal their conduct go directly to the heart of witness credibility and the integrity of the state's case. So here we see the defense attacking the entire state's case in this regard through the situation that arose concerning the Dateline NBC episode. The defense goes on to describe some of the things that were included in this broadcast episode, that it repeatedly bolstered its speculative claims through the use of so-called expert commentary, including individuals identified as law enforcement professionals and academics, and goes into just the prejudicial nature of this special. Then the defense points out that the Dateline special, which aired just weeks before the trial date, will not even be the last pre-trial media, quote, bombshell. Best-selling crime author James Patterson has written a book about the murders entitled The Idaho Four, an American Tragedy, scheduled for release on July 14th, 2025, just 16 days before jury selection. The defense is looking to continue this trial date. We await the state of Idaho's response to the same and a hearing in the near future. Thank you for joining us today.